Hello and welcome, my name is Lynx, and we're playing Spirit Sisters! Chapter 22, Lust. Let us get into it. Therefore, funnily enough, it's a day when I don't even feel like recording. Anyway, I hope you're all having a great time, and it's the mistress's best interest that you will enjoy your stay here as much as possible. In the response to this, the swarm of people can be heard clapping and screaming in joy. Once all the noise riles down, the man continues his little speech. The mistress has invited you all here from the kindness of her heart. And now, what we've all been waiting for is about to begin. Now prepare yourselves, for she has decided to honor us with her presence. The mistress! The clapping and cheering ensues, as all eyes in the club are lured over to the long stage the man had been announcing. Okay. A cloud of pink smoke covers the stage, and after a moment, a number of women of abundant bust sizes can be seen walking forward wearing little to no clothing. Okay. And right behind this group of girls can be seen a tall woman emerging from the smoke. This one was the mistress in question. She wore a scandalous outfit as well, for this one was different from the rest. Well, I'm waiting. She wore a black mini-skirted dress. Lingerie plastered around her whole body with her dark curly hair swaying past her shoulders. Thigh highs connect to her underwear, the entire outfit giving off a loose appearance of a slutty nun. But caught by the eyes of two certain inhabitants of the club, they were able to deduce that this one was in fact a real nun. You've got to be kidding me! Wendy says, staring straight at the spectacle laid before them. Hibiki's eyes stare in distress as at the woman as well, as Isaac's suspension. Suspension! He's proven right before her. Suspension! As the suspension, for example, in a car. Suspicion, game. Suspicion. Suspension. Oh my. Okay, that's hilarious. That's a hilarious mistake. No, that's Lilith! The girls stare at the stage in a horror at what they have witnessed. The sister that Hibiki had come to know as Lilith was presenting herself on the Grandua stage, wearing little to no clothing, showcasing her body for her crowd's primitive eyes to see. Hello, my babies. I hope you're all having a good time. Tonight, I would like to welcome you all back for another night of sin. Liv says to the crowd in an alluring and flirtatious tone. You know who has a similar design to? Rosaria from Genshin Impact. I hope you all came excited today, for tonight shall be another night we all express the extent of our lust. The crowd cheers upon hearing this. The crowd of men and women can be seen rolling and gawking at the sight of the sinful nun. We love you, Lilith! They chant and scream. Told you she's a succubus. I knew it from the moment I've heard her name. Lust is a beautiful thing, is it not? It's not just the most beautiful thing to desire another person.
And is it not equally pleasant to be desired by someone as well? Lust is to adore, to sexualize, to loot. And to kiss all those that you desire. It's your right as a human. Not let those desires seep out before one another.
Yeah. You're going too far with that. When saying this, vast groups of people in the club immediately start to take her suggestion in stride. Oh boy. Loads of people around each other assume they're dancing, only this time the majority start enacting way more erotically. Luckily we don't have to see that. Okay, some information I did not need to know about, to be quite honest. More and more people start to kiss and make out.
What the hell? This place is turning into... I can't say that. Hibiki. I'm just going as I said.
The pair of girls start to move around, passing the multiple people engaging in acts of intimacy.
Hibiki, can you sense that? Yes, the dark magical power being emitted from Lilith is similar to when we approached greed. How is that possible? Did you know this Lilith for a long time? How could it be possible for her to be the sin?
I mean, I imagine she was given the book to study it and how to deal with it, but it backfired and she became the sin. Is that an option? Hibiki is pondering the question for a moment, but she's dumb, so she wouldn't find the answer.
No, it shouldn't be. A human can't just become a demon like that. If I were to guess, I'd say she's being possessed.
Possessed?
Yeah, at some point even before Father Isaac had given her the gospel, she must have been affected by the sin's influence somehow.
Why do you say before? Why not after? I think I'm more accurate with this. That the gospel has caused all of that.
I see. Well, got any ideas how to handle this? I'm not sure. For those parts, she doesn't seem to be causing any harm.
Yes, she does.
For it might just be a tactic for the sin to gain back all its latent power. This is nuts. The sin was already 3 steps ahead of us. At the rate it's going, it will gather enough sin power to surpass the god greed was able to master.
And so the pair of girls continues to decline the advances of various individuals as they try to get closer to the stage. Before we could think of their next move, they take notice that the acts of intimacy start to grow at a much steadier rate. I don't want to know what that means.
Oh my lord!
Hibiki snarls out, her eyes gazing up at the couple getting too close to comfort. Wendy averts her eyes in the said direction as well, viewing the pair of people crossing the line of perversion, but basically... yeah, crossing the lines.
For goodness sake, we're in a public! Have they no shame?
Hibiki's judgment fell upon deaf ears, as the loud abrasive music kept everyone in the club isolated within their own personal space. This growth of desire strikes a thought within Wendy.
How far does this sin's reach go? Greed was able to let a green aura affect the people into hysteria, but this sin doesn't seem to be doing that. But then how is she able to reach all these people with her sin's authority?
Before she could continue to ponder this, Wendy's mind suddenly went blank. Uh-oh.
Hibiki?
Wendy's voice gets lost from the pool of sounds of the club.
Things are getting pretty bad. What are we going to do, Onésima? Onésima!
Oh, it's the drink, isn't it? It's backfiring! I told you!
Hey, Onésima! What in the world happened to you?
It's the drink. Oh, I freaking knew it! The girl before her seemed to be in a haze, not responding to her words in the slightest. What? To her words! And I even read it like this. This is so bad. What? That's not how you type words.
Is she drunk?
Hibiki's eyes gaze upon a blue-eyed girl. A strap of her dress has fallen down the ends of her shoulder, with a large notable blush plastered on the young woman's face. Her eyes are dimly lit, giving off a hazy look to them. Hibi looks back at the group, gazing at all the vibrantly dancers. They can all be seen sharing the same cups that the man from earlier handed to them.
Dude, I knew it. It couldn't be. It's the drinks, Wendy Onesama! Onesama, you've been infected! What? What are you talking about? I only had a teeny whiny bit of alcohol.
Wendy says, barking back, her crimson blush still spreads across her face, as she can be seen swaying left and right while standing in a place.
This isn't good, Onesama. If the sin if the sin garners its energy from you, then it might resurrect much faster than expected. The sin? Alright, that's why we came here. We had to fight and save the day like Kamen Rider.
Wendy tries to walk forward toward the silver nun, but almost risks tripping on her own feet.
Don't worry, Hibiki. I've already thought this through. I have a plan. Get ready to henshin.
The drunk girl says, striking a lackluster pose.
Hey, henshin plan? When this was already trembling over your words is making absolutely no sense. Let's go. Rider kick.
She screams in her drunken haze.
What plan could you possibly have come up with?
Wendy can be seen sporting a surprisingly timed expression.
Moo, Hibiki, you dunderhead. You're always gushing over me, praising me, and now when I need your support you don't believe in me. That's not nice.
Wendy spurts off along with a slew of hiccups and pauses.
Oh, this it's not that I'm just scared of your safety, soul.
Whatever.
Well, don't be. I'm super strong, you know.
Wendy is then seen finally making her way over to the small sister. On the verge of tumbling over, Wendy attempts to grab hold of Hibiki, with the latter holding onto the girl's arm so that she doesn't slip up and fall.
Gionis, what am I going to do with you?
I don't know, use some healing magic to get rid of the freaking alcohol off her blood. Easy. But, well, I bet you will not come up with that idea. Hibiki says, smiling at the girl before her.
Hibiki.
Wendy says under her breath, holding onto the sister's arms for dear life. She's going to say something stupid.
Don't you think I'm kind of pathetic?
Hibiki's eyes snarl open, not expecting her to hear such words come out of her Onesama. Yeah, it's kinda weird.
Of course not. Why would I even think that? It's my fault that Seth released all these scenes.
No, it's freaking not. What are you talking about? I clicked.
If I had only stopped him before, then none of this would be happening.
Alright, not true for sure. Wendy can be seen holding herself in reserve. Tears forming her eyes.
It's all my fault. It's been biting away at me this whole time.
That's so dumb. Hibiki was left appalled. She had never seen even a second... What? Hibiki was left appalled. She had never for even a second thought of putting the blame on this onto Wendy.
If I was only stronger, more capable, to live up to the expectations set for me. But I am not. I should have just died in that damn temple. How can you say that?
If I were in Wendy's shoes, I would be thinking that just because I am constantly in presence of this dumbass that we can see in front of our screen right now. Anyway, startled by the sister's sudden tone, Wendy looks back at her with a taken aback expression.
You're the only one who's been trying to prevent these things from hurting people.
Wouldn't say the only one.
But evil God would have set those things free sooner or later, so that isn't your fault.
Okay. First time in the entire story that Hibiki says something that makes sense.
In the short time I've known, you've already saved the city and rescued those kids back in Cairo. You've even saved me.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Hibiki is filled with vigor and passion like never before, finally expressing the compassion she's felt for the blue-haired goddess.
I know it's only been a little while, but I can't imagine my life without you.
Oh, I could imagine my life, anyone's life without you would be so much better.
You're a monessima, so please don't say you want to die.
Hibiki screams the last part out, hoping her feelings could get through to the drunken damsel. Something stupid is going to happen, won't it?
Hibiki.
Wendy's eyes seem a bit watery as she decides to confide in the smaller girl by wrapping her arms around her waist. The girl in question is startled by this, but immediately complies. Her arms reach around the girl's neck as the former pulls her close. For a few moments, the pair stay like that, confiding in an intimate hug.
Hey. Thanks for that, Hibiki. I really needed to hear that. It's like I said before, I'm here to support you in any way I can, even if all you need is just a shoulder to cry on.
Yuck. Another giggle escapes Wendy sleeps. The girls then share a small laugh with each other. The sinfulness has grown to the climax of the night. Various moaning and panting sounds can be heard throughout the entire club as a slew of kissing is presumed to be engaging within these dimmed walls. But these sounds of last fall on deaf ears, as the pair of girls holding each other in the middle of the dance floor have their attention focused on the person in front of them, which is ridiculous.
Oi.
Oh, there we go. I will hate this scene, won't I?
Hibiki.
When these eyes can be seen full of haste and lust, the scene's outright taking full effect.
Shema. Tell me something.
Those are nice eyes over here.
How do you feel about me? What is with the sun shifting down our atmosphere? Is this an event?
What a dumbass.
Hibiki. So close! Do you just see me as your onesama? Or as something more?
When is the time to throw up?
What is this? I can't tell how much of this is the scene or her true feelings.
Everything should be a scene. I mean, who would have feelings for something like Hibiki? Come on. Ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? How do I answer? Something more?
Bullshit.
Hibiki.
Wendy can be heard muttering under her breath, but before she could garner a reply from the silver girl, she leaned her face forward, crushed her lips abruptly on the other girl's mouth. Hibiki's lips were completely sealed, but by the older woman's.
What's happening right now? What's Onesama doing? She's kissed me. I'm being kissed.
Yeah, we know. This, of course, was the sister's first kiss. Never fawning over another person, her whole life has left her with little to no experience. Wendy, on the other hand, was no novice to kissing, taking the lead of their sudden lip lock. I did not need to know that detail. Her lips clamped around the former's in a slow and intimate manner. Each time they part, they immediately reach back to each other again. Squeaky and popping sounds emitted from the lips as they exchanged breaths in this heated kissing session. Can we continue? Right.
Listen!
A feeling of lust starts to take over Hibiki as she is fully confident she is not being influenced by the scene spell. She is simply an honest victim of the older woman's feminine wilds. Bullshit. Wendy's chest can be felt pressing on the girl's notably smaller bust. Whoop. I mean, barely anything there to be there. While her hands tighten around her waist. Also, this long and intimate act of kissing unknowingly gets the attention of the mistress, who among the multitude of people engaging in the conduct, none stood out to give such a need and desire more than two girls in question, which does make sense.
You do that?
Lilith calls out, and the various groups of people take a break from their fumbling, and the sound of the mistress calling out. All the attention can be directed straight to the mistress, all but say two.
Forgive me for interrupting your last, but I have to say I'm rather impressed with the display of wanted need you two have to showcase. If it's not much better, may I please garner your attention, please?
Liv's requests falls upon deaf ears. The pair of girls' minds have seemingly blocked out the rest of the world as their lips continue to exchange contact with one another. In an attempt to get their attention, the mistress signals to the DJ to avert the lights over to the hugging pair. Now, put upon a bright blue spotlight, the entire inhabitants of the club are able to gaze in the middle at the pair of brightly colored women. Upon being hit by the spotlight, the pair are immediately broken out of their lustful trance. For being lost in their lust for so long has left the girls in a needy state.
Ladies. There we go. I'm glad we got your attention.
The mistress says to all but no reply. The various onlookers in the nightclub spotlight are still under the effects of their own trance. Gazing upon their pair of girls after completing the act of intimacy. A look of lust and desire can be seen upon the various onlookers' faces, as the most amount of lust could be garnered in the club was being given by the pressed up woman. Now going down from their lustful high, Wendy and Hibiki are left to contemplation of their current situation. Dude, never have I thought that a story like this would make me not interested, actually. That's how I feel about this scene as well in general. Who would have expected that? The small girl's face can be seen covered in a large crimson blush, absolutely mortified, being caught wearing something like this in front of this vast number of people. When the other hand was still feeling melancholy on reckoning being influenced by both alcohol and the scene spell, it's just alcohol, which is influenced by the spell, so basically just the spell anyway. Immediately the two girls covered it, finally let go of one another, attempt to reshuffle the dresses to cover up any exposed body parts.
What the hell just happened?
You were being a dumb boss.
Oh, you don't need to feel shit or anything like that.
Yes, they do.
Remember, it's a place for love and intimacy. In fact, you two should feel honored to be amongst a group of people ready to accept your wonderful display of lust.
No, they should not. Liv says, smiling, holding a hand to her face as she smirks to the pair of one before her.
Come now that you've proved your worth, I'd love to teach you both more about lust within my private sector.
Jesus Christ. The mistress says flirtatiously, but it doesn't work. I still have zero interest. As she turns around while beckoning the pair to follow suit, her swaying keeps guarding the eyes of the onlookers. The woman walks to the end of the club past the stage, entering the back door of sorts that is guarded by a pair of security guards under her wing. Hibiki's mind begins to race as she and Wendy follow suit to the literal lion's den, only shortly after getting over their intimate hype between each other.
Oh boy!
Does the chapter end? Because I kinda would like it to end. Hell yeah. Jesus. Not a god. I don't know. You know, Hibiki was pissing me off through the entire game, but I don't know, like this entire scene right now, I don't know, I felt like nothing out of it, to be quite honest. Maybe in the end this entire game is just not my alley. It probably is the case. But yeah, I guess it's the first supposed Yuri game where I feel like meh. And also, you know, sometimes I wish I was someone who is capable of dropping a game. That's how I feel about this one. Anyway, let's end the episode. Even though I have some time, I don't think I'll record a second episode today, because I just don't feel like it. Then again, maybe it's just me today, like I literally didn't feel like recording at all, and here I am anyway. But yeah, I'll end it at one video. I wonder if maybe it's because I felt kind of sick yesterday as well. Whatever. Let's end it. Hope you have a fantastic day. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be in a better state for the next video. Bye bye.